Welcome to the SVG-TV News for Thursday, April 16th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. After several delays in its hearing at the Serious Offences Court, the Director of Public Prosecutions has discontinued the case against graduate teacher Josette Bibi Bowens. Bibi Bowens was facing 2 counts of obscene publication on the social network site Facebook and was expected to return to court tomorrow. One of her lawyers, Nicole Sylvester, applauded the decision taken by the DPP to nolle prosecute the case.
We have actually been served, the defense have been served with a notice of discontinuance that the matter would not be continuing, so that we must say, Kebackus Brown, Dr. Linton Lewis and myself, that we are extremely happy by this outcome. We think that justice is actually being served. We want to applaud the Director of Public Prosecutions for acting as a Minister of Justice, having assessed all the circumstances. He has been bold enough to take the step to discontinue, and we applaud him. We hope now the issue would be addressed in terms of her employment status, the monies that she has lost with her being suspended on half pay, that they would immediately address those issues so that we would not have to take further action. We hope that all the attendant consequences that would follow would be addressed in a very speedy manner now that this matter has been discontinued.
The defense lawyer says from the onset the charges against her client were flawed and had no weight.
Because the charge, which she strongly denies, it says that she made, there's no evidence that she made it because she didn't, and so the charge would have been flawed because there's no evidence to support it, and that's why we've been asking for disclosure, and we had not received disclosure. But in many and several material aspects, several of the ingredients of the charge could not have been proven. So we are happy, and indeed we feel gratified that the right thing and justice is now going to be served.
At a cost of $1.5 million, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, through assistance from the government of the Republic of China on Taiwan, opened the Vermont-Francois Bridge yesterday. The opening of the bridge was witnessed by hundreds of Vincentians who journeyed to the leeward side of the island to be a part of the occasion. In delivering the introductory remarks, Chief Engineer in the Ministry of Transport and Works and Urban Development, Brent Bailey, says the cost of the bridge moved from $1.2 million in 2008 to $1.5 million upon completion. However, Bailey says no cost is too much to ensure the safety and protection of the lives of the citizens, particularly the residents of Vermont.
It is still a community project. It is still important to protect the lives of our citizens, to establish the commerce, to ensure that those lovely ladies don't have to, as Pastor said, don't have to take their shoes off when going to church. These are important things in the day-to-day lives of our people, of our citizenry. And as such, and as well, $1.5 million is nowhere close to the cost of the life of one of our citizens. I would like to, the project lasted a considerable length of time, for which there were several constraints. In addition to that, we also had 4 natural disasters.
And the Minister of State in the Ministry of Transport and Works, Julian Francis, says while the project spanned over a 7-year period from design to completion, the actual work on the bridge took approximately 2.5 years.
And there are many reasons why we had stops and starts on this project. Those of you in Vermont, and I want to give Sir Louis Stricker full credit for the thought and the idea of bridging Francois and Vermont. This has been a talking point in the Vermont community for years, since the Jerry Scott days, since Grafton Isaac's days. It has been talked about that you should put a bridge over the river so people can walk across instead of going all along to retreat and come back up, or risk yourself on the river stones. Naturally, we had some challenges, and you would recall a lot of them that was stretched into the airwaves for many months. In fact, almost 9 months it took to settle the matter of Emerald John. This is a joint effort of Sir Louis Straker, the Taiwanese ambassador in Taiwan, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the people of Vermont and Francois, Sea Operations Limited, and the Ministry of Works with the chief engineers ahead.
Meanwhile, Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Bashwan Ge, congratulated the government and people of SVG for the successful completion of the bridge.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Transport, Works and Urban Development, and as well as the contractor and all those who have contributed to the building of this bridge. So it's a wonderful work. So thank you very much for this one. Now, the residents in this region do not have any worry on flooding or whatever when they cross the river anymore. I would like to join my previous speakers on giving this special acknowledgement to a special person, Sir Louis Straker. Just like Chief Engineer Bailey mentioned earlier, Sir Louis has done personally a lot to help the materialization of this project.
And Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says along with Sir Louis Straker, Government Senator Jimel Thomas also played an integral role in ensuring the completion of the bridge. Dr. Gonsalves says Thomas should be constantly demonstrated his love for the people of Vermont and surrounding areas through his commitment to the completion of the bridge, and stressed that while professional qualification is important in order to represent people, the most important quality to possess is love.
You have to love people. And loving people is not something which you can fake. People know when you love them, and people know when you don't love them. You can come wrong and try to imitate and play domino and drink a strong rum when you don't drink it. You could try and impress in whatever way you want to impress. But people know those who are fakes and those who are not. You know why? There's a book in every single home in this country called the Holy Bible. And I want you to come and say something here before I talk about the bridge and some other things, because I know how much you was on top of my back. You got to complete this thing, comrade. You got to complete it soon. And I saw his love and I saw his leadership.
The activities for Fisherman's Month commenced earlier today with a launching ceremony outside the Fisheries Complex in capital Kingstown. In this report by Sharon Galloway, we hear more about the activities and some of the issues affecting the sector, which is a subdivision of the multi-million-dollar agriculture industry.
Under the theme, 40 years of harvest, accept no less, fish is the best. The launch of Fisherman's Month activities for 2015 was held at the National Fisheries Marketing Limited today at Little Tokyo. With the overall motto of Put Fish on Your Dish, Permanent Secretary Raymond Ryan says the fisheries sector will help with SVG's food security.
The fisheries sector will continue to play an important role in human nutrition, the fight against hunger and poverty, and more generally in the economic development of this nation.
Chairman of the Fishermen's Day Committee, Winsbert Harry, outlined the various activities planned to commemorate the month-long celebration. He, however, called for an upgrade in the way fish is sourced and packaged.
Fishers need to change the way they fish in order to be more productive. Enhance the addition of 2 new FAD, which were deployed in our waters of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, have brought home a point that new technology increase productivity.
Chief Fisheries Officer Jennifer Cruikshank-Howard, highlighted that the fish business is a cost-effective commerce that must be explored.
Fish trade is seen as a potential important source for the generation of employment and foreign exchange earnings. The growing importance of fish and fish products in international trade and for regional food security accentuates the need for effective management.
Minister of Agriculture Sobota Caesar says the conversation to be more productive in the agriculture industry must not only be at the fore, but must be implemented. He questioned whether fisherfolk were taking advantage of the resources.
We are not riddled with rhetoric, and we do not hear long speeches without anyone, technical and non-technical, following up on what is to be done. It must not be a conversation which is divorced from our realities, but must be one that is grounded.
SVG Television also posed this question to the fisherfolk in the fish markets, as well as those at Rose Place, Bottom Town. Fish has always been a great source of protein and minerals, but as we hear from some of the fisherfolk in the market, there are some challenges.
I'm hoping that one day when the airport finished, I could get some market abroad for fish.
Sometimes lots of fish coming in, you can't get the market for them.
You have to say it's like fish spoiling on us down here, because we're not doing nothing with it.
So you like to see more manufacturing? And
yes, I like to see more industrial in St. Vincent, more factories.
They also expressed disappointment on not being consulted on matters which affect them. A complaint they had was the Calico venue, which they say is unsafe and not spacious enough for the Fisherman's Day activities.
Because everything is Calico, nothing happening down here, so I know what's going on.
And I feel we why down here, Fisherman, right in the market, because it's better.
The boat bruised up by iron, and you can't jump overboard as you want. If you go jump overboard, a piece of iron might fasten in your body, somewhere in your foot, somewhere.
Last time I came in my boat up, bruised up. I had to move it fast before it mash up.
With Grenada making $50 million in 1 year in the fishing industry and St. Vincent and the Grenadines making $3 million that same year, it appears that St. Vincent and the Grenadines needs to do more to enhance the economy and to make that industry a better sector. Reporting for SVG Television News, I am Sharon Garraway.
On Wednesday, students of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College's Technical Division, as part of their marketing course in agriculture, staged an agro-processing exhibition using local produce. The event was held under the theme, Blast from the Past, Youths Bringing a New Face to Agriculture. Sharon Garraway tells us more in this report.
Promoting a healthier lifestyle and economy through local agriculture, the students of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, SVGCC, through the Technical Division, utilize root crops to make eateries and prove that local products are not inferior. Lecturer of the Agriculture Marketing course, Mishka Edwards, says the initiative was inspired by the resourcefulness of the population long ago. Some of the students proudly displayed their goodies made from sweet potato, cassava, breadfruit, and banana flour, amongst others. Attendees also gave their opinion of the dishes.
You couldn't tell the difference between real flour, real wheat flour, and actual, I think it was ripe plantain flour. I think this is something that Vincentians need to get on board with, because there is no difference.
It's actually pretty good, to be honest. But I think it's just right, and I actually think this product is something that can be sold.
Dean of the school, Osborne Bowens, says student registration continues to increase and the academic institution is doing its best to facilitate the needs of the country through education.
To the fact that we're housing more students, we're also changing our programs, and our programs are changing to reflect the changing needs of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, changing needs in terms of where we want our students to be and where we want them to go and how productive we want them to be within industry.
Director of the Community College, Nigel Scott, also emphasized that the educational institution, which is made up of 4 divisions, will continue to give students quality tutoring.
Within that entity, the Division of Technical and Vocational Education has a critical role to play. Because we say in our mission statement that we will be, and in our vision statement as well, it is echoed there, that we will be a leading tertiary institution in the region, preparing our citizens for lifelong learning and productivity.
Minister of Agriculture, Soboto Caesar, says it is important to support what produces here rather than expect others to do so.
That the change begins with you. It is only after you have changed yourself that you can offer yourself to be a part and a positive part of the national conversation on production.
He also took the opportunity to taste the eateries made by the students.
And certainly no difference in the taste. The taste is the same. I want to congratulate the students.
And students of SVG, particularly those at the intermediate high school, have been told that though at times it may be difficult, they need to stay focused and not to allow themselves to be sidetracked with negativity from peers. This advice comes from Senior Education Officer with responsibility for career guidance and education, Kathleen Jeffers, who says the journey to success can be a long and difficult one sometimes, but perseverance and hard work will make the success greater.
We know that at times you feel challenged and you think that that's it and you can give up. I want to encourage you this morning, you can make it. You can be the difference in our society. You have to just do some reflection, see where you are now in terms of your career development and make that change. We also have embarked on many initiatives and interventions that would help to empower you, help to develop your skills so that you can gain the necessary knowledge and values to make that positive difference.
Jeffers furthermore stated that a degree or CXC passes are not uncommon in society. However, having a positive attitude and a good character is what sets individuals apart.
I want you to remember this, that your career development depends on you. The things that you have around you, they are going to facilitate that process of your development. You have to take charge. Take responsibility for your learning and for your action, for your life. Learn to make good decisions. Equip yourselves with those necessary skills that are needed. Not only the technical skills, but the soft skills that are so lacking and are so necessary and important for your career development. These skills, I want you to think about your time management, being a team player, negotiating, communicating. Those are very important, and we need to pay attention to those.
The Pan Against Crime Committee has once again teamed up with the Gospel Fest Committee to stage a special concert this Saturday at the Camden Park playing field. According to Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP Jonathan Nichols, at the event, the message of love will be conveyed, especially to the youth who may feel despondent.
We recognize the value of the church in assisting us in spreading the message. The message to the young people that we value, we see, we love you. We see you, the youths, as the future of the nation. Not just to be there as a future, but nation builders. You know, and we know once we engage our youth in a positive manner, showing them a better way, a better life than that of crime and violence and delinquency. We are positive that they will be very productive. And we depend very much on the church to collaborate with us and to partner with us in spreading this message.
Chairperson of the Gospel Fest Committee, Fidel Taylor, says there will be numerous performances, and he took the opportunity to invite everyone to attend.
As we deliver the gospel and present Gospel Fest for its 13th year under the theme Restoring the Land, and if there is ever a time St. Vincent need to be restored, believe you me, it is now. And we're asking the people of South Leeward and all across St. Vincent and the Grenadines to come out and be a part of this great event the biggest zonal showcase in St. Vincent, the biggest zonal gospel fest showcase in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Camden Park playing field this Saturday from 4 until praising the Lord in music, song, drama, dance. You can't miss it, you have to be there.
Yesterday, the SVG Players International Mass Band presented a sneak peek at a few of its designs for Carnival 2015. The official launching of the production will take place this Saturday at the Mahogany Bar from 5 p.m. The designer of the band, Julian Pilling-Pollard, says the costumes were designed with the history of Carnival in mind, hence the theme, Masquerade. Executive member of SVG Players International, Jenny Lee Glasgow, says that the mass band is avoiding the last-minute rush of registrations and is encouraging persons to sign up early. Glasgow further adds that the band is going all out with its 2015 presentation.
We will display all 10 sections. Persons will have the opportunity to register there and then. We have a sneaky feeling, especially for that section called the Ivory Queen, which we have singled out as an all-inclusive section thus far, that is going to go very fast. And we do encourage persons to come to the launch event on Saturday, but they can also visit our mass tent in French's. We are open, we are operational, work has begun in the sections. Pretty soon we will be displaying the prototypes. So we will have several events. This is just one of the several balls that we will be having for SVG players. And let me really encourage persons to come out and sign up early, because what we've seen is the trend before where people wait until the last weekend of Carnival, and we find ourselves having to build more costumes just to accommodate those last minute persons. And we want to encourage you to come on board early.